Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. talk yet?
Like, there's 3 high schools now.
Oh, I know.
That wasn't a thing.
The starting lineups for the Blues. A defender, number 1,
Like,
Deacon Huff.
Since our football had to play there, I talked to their guy all the time.
Yeah.
And they had a UT running back.
Defender, number 4, Andrea Garcia. A midfielder, number 7, Molly Labber.
Yeah, I got you.
An attack,
I mean,
number 10, Sarah Hawkins.
it's Hunter that's produced like NFL players here recently,
Number 11, Emily
and Austin
Odegaard.
LBJ.
On defense, number 14,
Besides
Nell
Westlake
Harvey.
and Lake Travis, obviously.
At attack, number 15, Lola McConaughey. At midfielder, number 23, Lindsay Littlesky. At D, number 25, Seraphin Miller. And at goalie, number 50, Rand Novak. The Blues are coached by head coach Chris Duncan and assisted by Adria All, Ben Spencer, and Madeline Sherman. For Southwestern University, Pirates. A senior attacker, number 2, Katie Pratt. A senior midfielder, number 3, Suzette Bitternet. A sophomore defender, number 6, Wendy Sky. A junior midfielder, number 11, Sydney Martin. A senior defender, number 12, Katie Raznicki. A junior defender, number 14, Jalissa Manaya. A freshman midfielder, number 15, Mia Trevilla. A senior attack, number 17, Grace Van Dinter. A freshman attack, number 18, Karen Hopkins. A senior midfielder, number 20, Elena Seeley. A sophomore goalie, number 21, Hannah Colvin. And a freshman midfielder, number 22, Peyton Schindler.
Yeah, I mean, it's something just about the vibes. I just have I don't know, like they're motivated. Sometimes that's all you really need, right?
They called it a dangerous propel. It is a releasable penalty, but you can see Martin upset with the call, and rightfully so, as she was in terrific position to try to score the opener. Good defense initially from Reznicki, but it's picked up off the ground from Hawkins. Pirate defense, it's Reznicki again coming from behind to stop the shot. Here on the near side, Pirates defense able to get lined up here. And now the extra player is on, the pass inside. The shot saved by Colvin, but the rebound unable to catch it. Pirates defense now having to work against the woman advantage now as both players have been released. Looking for a shot, still denied by this defense, which is holding tight. 80 seconds, though, are on the shot clock, so they have time to work this ball around, do the Blues of Whitman College. Still no shot. The shot is taken. It's saved once again by Colvin as it's deflected. I want to say it was deflected by Colvin as it was a bouncer and it went wide. Up front. And that one will beat Colvin as the pass leads to the one-timer. And the finish will give the Blues the opening advantage here. 1-0 as we're almost 5 minutes through our opening quarter. That's Lindsay Littlesky, the senior out of Hermanston, Oregon, with the goal. 7th goal of the year. The Pirate faithful that are in attendance this afternoon, being vocal and trying to keep those spirits high. As we come to the face-off, 10:44 left in this first quarter. This ball lost, and it will belong here to the Blues. On the setup, the defense trying to close down. Possession here on the near side. And now back at the X. You're on the wide side. Labhart with possession. .45 seconds to shoot. Now they're on the run, looking inside, trying to weave their way through, and they'll draw the foul. Free position coming up from the fan. The shot. That shot wild and wide. Colvin was ready. Pirates with possession as he tried to get this ball out of the defensive zone. And the incomplete pass going out of play will lead to the Blues having possession. They have the lead. Well, no. They're going to say it stays with the Pirates. They were closest to it. 9 minutes remain here in our opening quarter. Pirates down 1-0, looking to equalize here. Stein. Trevelyan. Trevelyan working, beats the defender, is met by a couple of Blues as she works his ball behind the cage. This is Martin, runs into a triple team, does get the pass off to Stein. And the ball is scooped up off the grounder. It looks like contact was made to Sydney Martin's head as she goes down. As both players jousting for position. And with 8:22 left, this game will come to a pause. It's good to see Martin up. And we'll be going over to the sideline. Possession does remain with the Blues. So any contact that was made would probably be deemed inadvertent. Joy Olsen Uteritz with possession here on the near side. Seraphin Miller. Over far side, Labart. Ball dropped, and it's regained on the scoop over there on the far side. As the Blues working the ball around the perimeter. They have the 1-0 lead. Less than 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 50 seconds to shoot. The dump off inside. And the Pirates, thanks to Colvin, able to survive that one. Chef putting herself in danger as well to try to block that ball on the entry. Trevelyan goes to ground. And I mean, I heard whistles before that shot was even talking. So they're going to say timeout Blues. That shot that had transpired that came after the whistle, so it shouldn't count. And we'll go to the timeout with the Blues leading 1-0 here in the first quarter with 7:18 remaining. Fans, be sure to take your time and like and subscribe. Hit like and subscribe on the very Southwestern Athletics YouTube channel that you're on right now. And also, be sure to stay tuned to the Southwestern Athletic mobile app or on southwesternpirates.com for updates of your favorite team. And don't forget to follow us on the socials, Instagram or X, at SU Pirates on both platforms. And since we're at the break, let's take this time to thank our sponsors, Don Hewitt Chevrolet and Buick, Aramark, Double Dave's Pizza, Rudy's, Frost Bank, Fairfield Inn and Residence Inn, Higginbottom Insurance and Financial Services, Texas Honeyham Company, Ideal Signs, Frontier Bank, Centex Shirts and Embroidery, and Rivery Coffee for their continued support of Pirate Athletics. That list continues to grow, folks. If you want to see your business featured, we can put you in contact with the right people as you can show your support for Pirate Athletics and get your business sponsored. Blues lead right now at the timeout, 1-0. They come in. Overall record 2-4 this season. 1-1 in neutral site games, which would be the games that were played here. Their last game, a 17-8 victory against UMass Boston. So we come out of the timeout. You know, the one thing when you see a team that's on a losing streak like Southwestern is on right now, you check to see like the body language, the positivity, are the signs there, and the answer is yes. In warm-ups, you could definitely see it. You could just tell like the positivity is there, the vibes are high. It's just all about settling into this game and getting that first goal. Right now, they're going to have to defend. Blues with possession. Miller here to the near side as the weave continues right at the top of the fan. Looking for an entry and denied. The pass inside, not complete. It does bounce right to her teammate, though. She loses possession inside the arc, and it's going to be picked up by Raznicki, who spins out of danger. Raznicki on the advancement, showing off the speed. Great job by Katie Raznicki. That pass, though, just out of reach of Van Dittner. Green card presented to the Blues, and the Pirates are going to have a player up. 1 minute to work with the advantage here to look for the equalizer with 6:31 remaining in this first quarter. Again, thanks again for joining us here today. The pass too heavy as it pops right out of the stick from Trevelyan. And it's going to be scooped up along the ground from Emily Odegaard. Whistle coming from the far sideline. I'm not sure what this one's in reference to. Must have been a scoring table issue as there are no signs of anything transpiring on the field. 6:05 left here in our first quarter as the Blues do lead 1-0. Miller with possession. The flip over to Lola McConaughey. This is Odegaard design. Still searching. The pass over here on the near side. Hawkins over towards the X. 50 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Pirate defense has defended well in this game. Denying the entry there, looking for the offload passes here to Miller. Miller was winding up. Miller continues the run. Miller trying to find some room to shoot. And she'll draw the foul. Free position coming up. Try and take a 2-goal lead. And this time it will beat Colvin. Nice run on the finish. Good composure with the chase. Able to flatten out that angle and beat Hannah Colvin on that shot. Blues will take a 2-0 lead here with less than 5 minutes to go in our opening quarter. They're going to credit the goal to the freshman Seraphin Miller from Linwood, Washington. For Miller, that's goal number 12 this season. And with 4:58 left, the Blues have the 2-0 lead. Off of the face-off, this ball going into the attack of the Blues. And it will be scooped up, though, by the Pirates and Peyton Schindler. Schindler showing off the blazing speed on that far side wing as she's able to advance past the two defenders. Excellent job there. 4:40 left. Pirates looking to score their first goal of this match and try to cut into that lead. The pass just offline. Van Dittner is going to have to chase it down and scoop it up. Here to Nia Trevelyan. Was looking for the shot. Almost had it poked away from behind. It's a shovel pass from Trevelyan as this ball going almost out of play as it's rescued by Wendy Stein. Elena Seeley. Van Dittner dumps it off to Seeley. Seeley loses possession before she could really get a handle on it. And it's going to be scooped up by Joy Olsen-Uderitz. 2 with the scoop. Uderitz. The pass here near side. It's Hawkins. Here to front, in front of goal. It's saved as it was ricocheted off the stick from Hannah Colvin. And it goes out of play. Blues still have possession. 60 seconds on the shot clock as well. Here on the near side, this is Miller who just scored, who has the ball in cradle. Looking for the runner inside. It's Raznicki who's there again on the defense. Good sportsmanship also shown from Raznicki after the foul as she helps up her opponent. Possession remains after the infraction, 40 seconds. Oh, they're going to reset it back to 90 So fresh time on the shot clock here to work with. 2:45 and counting. This pass into the ground before he even gets to its intended target. Miller will scoop. Good communication here on the outside. Right in front, Miller looking for the runner, and the defense is there. Seeley, it's one on the grounder. There's the fake shot, still no shot taken as the Pirates continue to clamp down here on the defense. 60 seconds to go. 55 on the shot clock. Looking for the pass inside. They get it. The shot, oh, it was off the bar. Point blank range and unable to finish cleanly. Pirates luck out a little bit there, but their defense really working hard to try to earn that defensive stop. This pass along the ground, who can scoop it up? Are they gonna? And they're going to give the Pirates possession. Minute 45 as the clock continues to wind down here in our first quarter. Pirates down 2-0, looking for that opening score. The Pirates. Oh, there's a green. Yeah, definitely a card coming out. It is a green card, and it's against the Blues. I want to say that's Emily Odegaard Design wearing the 11. And trust me, folks, those numbers are not easy to read from our vantage point up here. Although I do like the contrast on the sky blue and navy blue. Just a little hard to capture from distance. Over on the far side, Pirates with possession here. Minute 25 left in our opening quarter. Great to have you along during this lunch break for many of you out there. From our fans in the LEC, though, I believe it's top of the morning to you. 1:10. And this is another foul. But this foul going against the Blues. So free position coming up. Pirates looking to get on the scoreboard here with less than a minute remaining in the opening quarter of play. Everybody anxiously waiting on this. And now we have the reset. Building up more drama than an episode of Love Island are the officials on this one. Now we're ready to go. Seeley, shot. The bouncer wins. Pirates really needed that one. They've been playing hard all game long, especially on the defensive end, and having to utilize a lot of energy on those stops. But Seeley wins the foul, gets the free position, and will capitalize to give the Pirates their opening goal of the match. And with less than a minute remaining, 57 seconds to be more specific, Pirates get on the scoreboard and cut that lead in half. Blues 2, Pirates 1 as we come to the face-off. You knew the Pirates were going to have that breakthrough eventually. It's good to see them get it here. And let's see if they can build on that. Trying to win the face-off. Still anybody's ball. And it's going to be Van Dittner who wins it. The Pirates can settle with possession here. Rasnicki in the defense. Trevelyan. So it looks like the Pirates might just try to have the clock expire here as they hand off the ball to Hannah Colvin, unless you're just trying to draw out the Blues and then attack with little time left on the clock. So Trevelyan behind the Pirate goal here as she's being pursued. And they'll pass it back to Colvin. 18 seconds on the game clock. Colvin having to be cognizant of the nearby defender. 12 seconds. Morellis. Pirates can't afford a turnover here. Schindler and the Pirates will three-man weave this, looking to run the clock down in the first quarter, and they'll do so successfully. So the Pirates doing a great job to win the last couple of minutes of the quarter. They get the goal. They are able to run out the clock and take this game to the second quarter with only a 1-goal deficit. Blues 2, Pirates 1. as we head to the break here for the end of our first quarter. We welcome you back here to Georgetown, Texas, on the campus of Southwestern University. Beautiful day out, plenty of sunshine. I think we've got past the cold front that we had earlier this week as the spring break tour continues for our visitors from Whitman College, as the Blues currently lead 2-1 against your Southwestern University Pirates. Pirates dressed in the all-white, going from left to right in this second quarter. This is Martin splitting the defense, gets around another player, but gets held up as Martin drawing a quadruple team. And the time runs out on the shot clock here for Southwestern. It is a turnover, as the Blues will have possession now. If you missed it, it was Seeley who scored the opening goal here for Southwestern off of the free position, the senior out of Castle Rock, Colorado. That was near the end of regulation, as the Pirates were able to secure that goal within the last minute of play. Blues looking to answer back here with the opener of the second quarter, as they had originally scored 2 to have a 2-0 lead before the answer from the Pirates. Are they going to call offside on this? And well, there's definitely a card coming up. Yep, and that's exactly what it is. It is offside. Joy Olsen Uteritz, the sophomore from Kirkland, Washington, will be called for offside. And it is a 1-minute infraction. So the Pirates will have the player advantage for the 60 seconds, as he tried to capitalize and find the equalizer here in the second quarter. Great advancement here from Jalissa Manaya. Manaya able to split through the defense but loses possession. It takes a Pirate roll, but unable to secure it is Pratt. As she gets tripped up, and possession taken by the Blues. Again, working with the player disadvantage are the visitors right now. They're about 20 seconds through that penalty served. Big run, right, wrapping around goal as the flip off will come here to the near side. Back into the stick of Lola McConaughey, the Canadian from Calgary, Alberta. I think I'm supposed to make an obligated Bret Hitman Hart reference there anytime anybody mentions Calgary, Alberta, Canada, but I digress. 12:35 left. Pirates get it back, though. Resnicki has been tremendous on the defense here in the first half. Looking for the outlet pass, and it's connected. Great pass, even better reception there from Van Dittner. And under duress, tried to offload to Stein, who picks it up off the ground. Winnie Stein will continue the run. Looking to cut through the defense, and that should win a foul. So Taryn Hopkins, the freshman, will be working from the free position to tie things up. Ren Novak looking for the stop here. On the pursuit, the shot. It ends up being a dribbler wide as it was poked on the check. Unlucky there for the Pirates as the Blues back to full strength now. Looking for the shot, denied by Resnicki. Outside the arc. Here behind the cage. Good defense there from Manaya. 11:15 left here in the second quarter. It was McConaughey who was looking for the run, looking for a long shot. Martin forced to defend there. There was a slip by Chef, and that shot going wide. All sorts of chaos in front of the crease, but the scoop is complete by the Blues. This is a good shutdown, the initial shot. Terrific recovery defense there from Elena Seeley. Showing off the quick feet to go step for step with the offensive player. Amazing stuff there. It made it look way easier than that actually is to mirror step. Trevelyan has it. Poked loose on the check. Blues back with it on the turnover. The dump off inside, the shot. It hit the crossbar. And this is a yellow card that's going to go against the Pirates. So it's a 2-minute major against Jalissa Manaya, and this will give up the free position as well. Player advantage here for the Blues as they look to increase their lead back to 2. Our current score 2-1. They dump it off first, and then the shot scored. The shot scored by Lola McConaughey, the sophomore, getting the finish and making it 3-1. That will stop the clock at 10:01 here in our second quarter as the Blues now have a 3-1 advantage. As we come to the face-off. Not a whole lot of crosswind here today in Southwestern. Usually that is the case at the varsity field. There's always a cross breeze, but today it's not a very strong one. Again, not plenty of clouds overhead. A beautiful spring break day. It's supposed to only get to about a high of 75. So if you think you can make it out for the second half, I definitely encourage you to come out, work on that tan a little bit, and enjoy at least a half of lacrosse game while you still can on this fine Thursday afternoon. Less than 10 minutes to go now in our first half as the Blues will we'll have a timeout rather. And at this timeout, let's go ahead and thank our corporate partners, Don Hewitt Chevrolet and Buick, Aramark, Double Dave's Pizza, Rudy's, Frost Bank, Fairfield Inn and Residence Inn, Higginbottom Insurance and Financial Services, Texas Honeyham Company, Ideal Signs, Frontier Bank, Centex Shirts and Embroidery, and Rivery Coffee for their continued support of Pirate Athletics. And you fans out there that are watching on our YouTube page, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It always helps. And be sure to stay tuned to the Southwestern Athletic mobile app. Download that at your, the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And check out southwesternpirates.com for updates on all your favorite teams. And make sure that you follow us on all the social media, especially on Instagram and on X at SU Pirates on both of those platforms. Pirates' effort's been strong today. Everybody's stepping up. Colvin obviously making some big saves. Katie Resnicki has played extremely well defensively in this game, the senior from Houston. But give credit where credit is due. The Blues have not let this Pirates team settle into their offense. And that's going to be the real next big task for Southwestern in this game, is try to find some offensive cohesion. But they'll be doing so with a player sitting after that 2-minute penalty was given. And Pirates is trying to figure out the numbers right now, make sure everybody's on side. So here we go. At the restart, 9:30 left. Blues have possession. Labhart. Uderitz here near side, looking for the spin. Hawkins. Foul coming up against the Pirates. Green card as well. Free position once again for the Blues. They were able to capitalize last time. There's going to be McConaughey again who gets to take it. McConaughey just scored. She'll miss wide this time, though. Blues nearest to the outro ball. And they'll have possession. 52 seconds on the shot clock here on the restart. 8:45 left in our first half. Labhart, the freshman from Tulane, Oregon. And more illegal defense there. This is going to be Ellie Malesi, who has a chance to capitalize here. Malesi's shot will beat the goalie low. And yes, that is Malesi. The numbers can seem a little squished from up here. A 0 can easily look like an 8. But the sophomore from Seattle, Washington, able to capitalize on the free position. And the Blues scoring their 2 goals of this second quarter due to the free position. Now lead 4-1. And that's just it. I mean, the penalty that, the infraction that has to be served, it's 2 minutes, and the Pirates giving up free positions twice in those 2 minutes and having the Blues score. They've really been able to take advantage of the being a woman up right now. Hawkins with positioning. Raznicki tried to keep her away from Cage and is able to extend that run all the way behind said Cage. Here to the runner, Labhart. Able to sweep it. It's saved by Hannah Colvin. Ball still in front of Cage. It's lofted into the air, and we'll have a foul going against the Blues. It will be Pirates' possession. Martin quickly surrounded by the opposition, drawing a triple team as is poked out of play. And on the poke check, Blues win possession. Inside the offensive attack, Martin already there trying to win it back. This is Lindsay Littlesky. Miller faking the jump shot and continues with the cradle. Looking for the run inside. The defense meets the attacker. Still no shot able to get off. There's the pass. Staying with possession are the Blues on the far side with 60 to shoot. Labhart running off inside, and it's a one-time shot as Molly Labhart, the freshman, 211 Oregon, gets on the board here with that finish. Yeah. Goal number 5 on the season for Labhart. And the Blues extending their lead as that goal, the first one that they have scored here in the second quarter from the run of play, as they lead 5-1 as we come to the faceoff. Players for the neutral site game arriving here to take in the scenes before they have to play. And you can catch that later here on your Pirates YouTube channel. Martin unable to scoop it cleanly, and it ends up into the net of Joy Olsen-Uderitz. The ball knocked loose. Uderitz near it as well as her teammate, and it will be scooped up on the far side. And showing off the pace, the scoop, and the advancement all the way to midfield before the pass. The ball lost, though, on the reception. And we have a collision there that will result in a turnover off of the foul. Pirates have possession. Quick restart here. Trevelyan now with possession. 6:12 left in this second quarter. Nia Trevelyan has the ball poked loose on the advancement as she tried to break through the defense. This ball picked up off of the spin from Ella Harrington. Pass here on the near side. They're going to come back and call the cross check. Yes, they did pull a green card, and yeah, that's what I was assuming. So it's called on Seeley. Yep, it's that cross check that they call the legal use of stick. And the Pirates are going to have to try to kill this penalty. The Blues dump off inside the shot. It takes a weird deflection, and nobody saw it until the Blues had it right in front of goal. And the Blues were able to capitalize on being able to find the lost ball first, leading to all sorts of discombobulation for the defense. And a wide open Emily Odegaard design to get a clean look at net. And Emily Odegaard will send us into a Pirate timeout, 6-1, as the Blues stack on a second goal from the run of play with 5:33 left. 5:33 left in this first half of play. We welcome you back here to Georgetown, Texas on the campus of Southwestern University. Gorgeous day to be outside during spring break as we finally pass the cold front. That wind now welcomed as it's breaking a nice cool breeze with it. And trust me, we won't have too many of these days as we progress towards the summer here in Central Texas. So try and take advantage of them while we still can. Possession one off of the faceoff from the Blues, as they're looking to finish off their spring break tour on a positive note as they look to make it 2 straight victories as they won last time out. Dump off inside, and Colvin making the save. Just to show you how tough the goalies are, didn't even flinch. Colvin, this one's beat though. It was a bouncer, and Colvin tried to kick save it, and it was just beyond the extended reach. Hopefully she's all right. She really did reach for that one. It'll be Sarah Hawkins who scores her first goal of this match. The sophomore from Bend, Oregon. Makes the game 7-1 as the Blues from Whitman College have extended their lead. Come to the face-off. And still anybody's ball here. Martin was closest to it. Martin overruns it. Still anybody's. Because of the contact, Pirates have possession. Martin sets the restart, 4:36. It's a green card. And it's a green card against Lindsay Littlesky. Probably offsides. Clock stops at 4:24 because of the call. Oh, they called illegal use of stick, rather. I will say, I know this is the Pirates broadcast, but that didn't seem like too much contact compared to what we've seen in this game for that one to be called. But to each their own. Intercepted and one on the grounder. Great speed being shown on the outside. I think that's Joy Uteritz. From the fans that have made the trip, I am able to decipher at least the first name of Joy, so I think that call is correct. Labhart misses the pass. Van Dittner. And it's going to be scooped up by Manaya, who has it poked loose, but it stays with the Pirates. Hayden Schindler will restart play here for the Pirates with 3:17 remaining here in our first half. Pirates down 7-1. It was a 2-1 game coming in to the start of the second quarter. Van Dittner, plenty of room here. Trevelyan. Back to Schindler. Van Dittner. Trevelyan. Up front. Seeley spinning, firing, and it's going to go overhead of everyone. And it's going to be Blues possession. Or no, they're going to say it stays with the Pirates. This is Martin. Martin trying to break through the triple team, does just that. And Martin will draw the foul. Free position coming up. Pirates looking for their first goal of the second quarter. They were able to capitalize last time when they were given the free shot. have another chance here. This time it's Martin. On the advancement, there's a shot. It's saved. Ren Novak, the junior out of Mercer Island, Washington, making an important save there. It's intercepted, though, by the Pirates. Martin back with it. Martin looking to shoot, and this ball into the ground, and it goes overhead. I'm not sure if the goalie got a foot to that one or not, but Pirates missing on the shot near the crease, and the Blues have possession with less than 2 minutes to go. Novak utilizing all the time right now to get this open pass, and we're going to have another whistle. I'm not sure where this one derived from either. I'm not sure if it's a clock issue because the referee's just walking straight away to the media tent. The clock will restart now, minute 25. And like the referee is still talking over there to the staffs on both sides. The clock continues to run, minute 10. Well, folks, I'm okay, so they'll stop the clock. Unfortunately, I have more questions than answers for you at the moment. You know, it's always difficult when you have a job where you're supposed to be able to fill time with stuff to say, but when you're when you really don't have an idea of what exactly just transpired, and you can see it really seems like it is a sideline situation. Maybe they're having an issue with the clocks. That could be, it could be an electronic issue, because it doesn't seem to be anything that has to deal with the game itself, nothing with the players or anything like that. Well, whatever issues there were, it seems that we got it sorted out. The clock was reset, game clock-wise, to 1:25 on the restart. Blues have possession here as they work the ball down the far side wing. Into the offensive attack is Whitman College. Little Sky now with possession, less than a minute to go. McConaughey. Little give and give back. Hawkins being shadowed there by Raznicki, but the pass from Hawkins, the 10 to Lola McConaughey, wearing the 15. And the Blues, with a nice offensive setup, able to score to make it 8-1. And it is officially McConaughey who scores that goal, so that's the second one of the game. And again, this game will pause as the two far side officials go back to the media tent. I'm thinking it's got to be something with the electronics at the scoring table that is leading to these stoppages. I'm not an expert on sign language necessarily, but body language-wise, when you have your hands out like that, you're looking for answers. And that's what I saw from the official. I think they're just resetting the clock to make sure that the timer was where it's supposed to be. And the official's talking with the head coach. Well, Chris Duncan continues to talk with the officials, the head coach for Whitman College. Shot clock should be a non-factor now with only 39 seconds left before the break as we get ready for halftime. And it will be one on the faceoff from Elena Seeley. Seeley will advance this ball into the Pirates' attack, looking to finish off the quarter on a positive note here. Van Dittner back to Seeley. Ball still on the far side of the wing. Here to Hopkins. Back to Seeley. 17 seconds left to go in this game, so the Pirates need to see if they can get a shot off here. Van Dittner runs into the triple team. 8 seconds left. Van Dittner sets the pick. 5 seconds. Seeley looking to see if she can get a shot off here. 2 seconds. And no shot will come despite the good effort. And that will take us into halftime. Our score, Blues 8, Pirates 1 as we head to the extended break. Southwestern University would like to extend our deepest appreciation to our sponsors, Don Hewitt Chevrolet and Buick, Aramark, Double Dave's Pizza, Rudy's, Frost Bank, Fairfield Inn and Residence Inn, Higginbottom Insurance and Financial Services, Texas Honeyham Company, Ideal Signs, Frontier Bank, Centex Shirts and Embroidery, and Rivery Coffee for their continued support of Pirate Athletics. We'll step away for halftime, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the start of your second half here on your Pirates YouTube channel. welcome you back for the start of our second half, third quarter. Getting ready to begin here on our Southwestern Pirates YouTube channel. Again, thank you for following along no matter where you may be. Everyone all the way from the Pacific Northwest through the deep of the heart of Texas and everywhere across the world. So make sure you hit a like and subscribe, and you'll never miss a moment of any Pirates athletics action. Right now, the Blues lead 8-1 as they win the faceoff. And so another stoppage of play here early on. And it looks like it might be our clock issues that had arisen at the end of the second quarter. It looks like the shot clock just isn't syncing up with the game clock right now. And that really is the main stoppage of our play here. And that has kind of drawn out the overall timing of this match, understandably. But again, thank you for watching during this spring break. I hope wherever you may be, maybe you took a late lunch today so you could catch the second half and you just started your break. Hopefully this game will get underway once again so you can actually watch some of the game during your partial break. I know a few of you only got about 30 minutes to an hour if you're lucky. And then for some of you all out there, obviously, maybe the enterprising type like myself that would maybe take that early lunch break and extend it into a long lunch break, you know. Sometimes traffic can be just super heavy, you know, you have to take a little extra 45 minutes to get where you're going. Also understandable today. If you couldn't make it out today, maybe the weekend will play more in favor with your schedule. As the Pirates women's lacrosse team has a matchup with UMass Boston on Saturday. That matchup also at noon. Weather's going to be about in the mid-80s for that one, so you probably don't need to bring a jacket per se, but if you burn easily, it's definitely something that's going to cover your shoulders, because I can tell you, even today, the high is only supposed to be 74, but there is not a cloud in the sky. Without some sunscreen, you'd be walking away looking like a lobster, that's for sure. And you know, sometimes they might have to just manually do the shot clock from the media table, and that might just be how we have to play the rest of this game. So we would lose one aspect to bring you all at home when it comes to how much time is left to shoot, but other than that, okay, it looks like they were able to sync it up. So the shot clock is functional, and we'll restart with 14 minutes and 33 seconds left. In our opening quarter, they're going to call the foul. That coming from the run of play, free position coming up for the visitors as they look to try to increase their lead with this upcoming shot. The Pirate faithful saying, come on, Hannah. Colvin has been a steady presence in the cage for this Pirates team. Broke the single game saves record earlier this week with 17 saves in a single contest. Currently on a streak of 5 straight contests with double-digit saves is Colvin. And it looks like the clock issues are still persisting here. And it looks like the official doesn't want to carry on with the match with the way that things are going, but today really is one of the few really hot days of the year. And that might be testing the electronic system. So now we're going to have a timeout, and they're going to let the players go to the sideline. We're going to take a timeout along with them as they try to sort this out. 14-16 here in the third quarter. 8-1 our score at the break. So after the delay, we welcome you all back. Hopefully you stuck around. And if you aren't around right now, that you'll mosey on back to your favorite streaming device where you're watching this game here shortly. The issue was the shot clock. It wasn't syncing up with the game clock. So, and give credit to the Pirate athletic staff here for quickly running in and getting some additional shot clocks that could be set up in the meantime to solve this conundrum. I will say, though, that these portable shot clocks are much smaller than the ones that we have here at Varsity Field, so I will try to bring you the most accurate reading I can as we progress through this game. But it could be a little off at times. So I just ask that you please understand. But it looks like we're almost ready to begin. And where we left off, it would be a free position here for Emily Odegaard, the sophomore out of Bellingham, Washington, who was previously at the Savannah College of Arts and Design. Well, I thought that was going to solve our issue, but it doesn't seem that this is going to be adequate to the referees. It's going to be what is going to make the difference here. So it looks like they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and try to come up with a suitable solution before we can restart this game. Thought we had it all figured out. So it looks like the solution would be to have one at midfield and one behind in the corner. Or they're just going to bring them in. Looks like they're just going to bring both in. The hooting and the hollering that you hear in the background, those are the visiting fans out of Whitman College. You know, I was talking about it with some of the fans here at Southwestern. It's like, hey, it seems that almost everybody makes the trip to the Central Texas area anytime there's a road trip. This one always seems to be circled, and I'm like, of course, you're right down the street from Austin, Texas. Your quick drive to Waco. Obviously, a good antique scene over there if you like to do some shopping. I'm not a big Baylor fan, but, you know, they have the college football. Obviously, Mary Hardin Baylor, one of our rivals when it comes to non-conference play, not too far away from here. But then you head south in the other direction. You got the Round Rock outlets. Obviously, Georgetown itself, beautiful small town feel, even though it's continued to grow. Man, I know I'm just trying to buy us some time, but it is worth mentioning just how big this city has grown over the time. When I first moved here to the Central Texas area, one high school, now there's 3. And talking about growing, that football field that's being installed where the parking lot used to be just adjacent to here, it's going to be quite the sight to behold when everything is finished here on campus. I've already missed the entrance twice down the street here because of the new building that was put in. I still, I'm used to it being a certain way, and the changes that continue to happen here on this campus, just for the progress continues to grow. It's amazing to see. But hopefully we will see a restart to this game. We're looking close to it. It's looking promising. And we will now come to the restart after about what was a 10 to 15 minute delay, it seems. It is a free position, and very unfair there for Hannah Colvin to have to go cold and get ready to take a free position shot, but we can only play the game the way that it's called. And the Blues will score. I would say it's more difficult for the... Did it not pass the stick check? If it doesn't pass the stick check, the goal doesn't count. So more delays, more drama. For y'all that don't watch reality television, I would say that this game has more drama than an episode of 90210. So yes, they're still checking the net. It's under scrutiny here. I've actually never seen this happen in a women's lacrosse game. But they're taking it all the way to the sideline. And I guess they're going to give this give this stick to Coach Chris Duncan. But if the netting's illegal, the shot shouldn't count, but this will just continue to delay this game further as we go through this stick check. And this looks like it's going to be such a pressing matter that it's going to take 2 officials to really sort this out. Again, this is really the first time I've actually seen this called. And usually it doesn't go through all this. Usually it's just a simple acknowledgement that the stick is illegal, and we kind of move on and play and we continue on. But that is not the case here. A lot of storylines around this game that are not even really having to deal with this game. But, you know, both shot clocks malfunctioning, having to get the new shot clocks out, and then not satisfied with the placement of the shot clock, so then having to replace the shot clock. So it doesn't look like Coach Chris Duncan's going to be satisfied. But I guess after whatever was said in private back there between him and the 2 officials will be enough to sway the original decision. So I'm not sure if Chris Duncan went to law school or something, or just had a valid argument or what, but whatever was originally ruled, I guess, was overturned. Although I would have preferred to have seen that in the sight of public as opposed to in the sight of privacy, but to each their own. And the score now 9-1. Blues get the goal after the free position. And with 14-14 left in this third quarter, are we going to be allowed to restart this contest? Yes, we are. We're getting set for the face-off now. Blues take the face-off. Odegaard with possession. Odegaard takes us to behind the cage. Back to Odegaard, who is able to reclaim it. The defense is there to knock it away on the shot. It's going out of play. Who's there first? Ball stays with the Blues. Shot clocks seem to be working okay now. The original shot clocks, not the new ones that they brought on. Just kind of wanted to, at least from what I can see here, everything seems to be synced up. This is going to be a foul. Yeah, and I even hear the visiting fans here saying, no more whistles, please. But the officials going to call the stop there for the infraction. Free position coming up for the Blues. See if they can extend their lead to 9 as they do lead 9-1. Hannah Colvin with the save. The goalie from Las Vegas, Nevada. Keeps it 9-1. And Colvin, we talked about before, 5 straight games coming into this contest with double-digit saves, but it's a turnover in the defensive area. Here on the attack, the pass right in front of Colvin, and the Pirate defense unfortunately leaving Colvin on an island there to go one-on-one. And That's a tough task for any goalie, no matter how good you may be. I'm assuming the stick check will be good. This would be a goal for Sarah Hawkins if it stands. And the clock stops at 12:50 here in the third period as the Blues break into the double-digit mark as they now lead 10-1. I mean, both teams having to contend with that break in momentum to begin the second half. You know, they got all warmed up. They were ready to play, and then we had that long delay with the shot clock issue, and then the extended delay with the net issue on the stick. Again, I would be extremely curious to see what was said back there behind the tent and what was seen, that it took two officials and then the original ruling to be overturned when all three of them had agreed on it the first time. I know it's not what happened on the field, but I'm extremely interested to see what would have transpired back there to result in the initial overruling. As that shot fired in, wrapping around the X. It looks like that was Ellie Malesi. The sophomore from Seattle, getting her second goal of the match. And the Blues take a double-digit lead now, 11-1. Malesi acknowledging the crowd on the callback reception after the goal here. And the clock will continue to wind with the lead that the Blues have accumulated here in the third period. Off of the face-off, Blues get the possession. This is Tegan Huff on the run. Huff extending this run into the midfield, now into the offense. These are the visitors. McConaughey has scored twice in this matchup. Miller fires, and it's a save. Snatches it right out of the air, does Hannah Colvin. Blues can't get lackadaisical while trying to pepper the goal here. Colvin is going to make those easy saves, that's for sure. The pass kind of thrown into double coverage there. And Jessie Levine with possession. And the check a little too aggressive there. Time with Raznicki there. It looked clean, if anything. It looked like the offensive player was running into Raznicki. But the foul called against the Pirates. Free position coming up. Opportunity to extend the 10-point lead. And the shot saved, but it couldn't be captured off of the rebound. And it's another stoppage here. And this is a yellow card. I'm thinking this going to the bench. No, it's going to be to Van Dittner, but it's a yellow. I'm not sure. I'm assuming something had to be said. Because that would result in So it is a coach's misconduct penalty that results in the player having to be pulled off. And I'm assuming that's a full 2 minutes that has to be served. So the referees really exercising their power this afternoon. I'm not sure if this is the same crew that will be working the follow-up game today. That was Jones Hossington. Green card coming up against Morales. It's a minute penalty there, so it's a 2-woman advantage for the Blues. As we have less than 10 minutes remaining now here in the third quarter after the delays. Sarah Hawkins, right in the middle. Back to Hawkins as the shot was initially denied. The pass is complete, but no shot able to come of it. Getting around the defender, working around the second defender, the dump off inside. And that was quick reflexes from Colvin, who seemed to have got a stick on it as that shot was coming off. The dump off inside. Colvin again! There for the save. Denying Emily Odegaard on that opportunity. 9:05, 36 seconds on the shot clock here. We're in the third quarter. The dump off inside again. Colvin again, another save. Reading the ball well, and Colvin will trap it inside the crease here for the Pirates. Hannah Colvin. I'm hoping that the SAA will show her some love at some point this year. I know, she faces a lot of shots, and the people that make the decisions for Defensive Player of the Week and such would be like, well, team lost, faced a lot of shots. Of course she made a lot of saves. And I'm like, my counter to that is, can you imagine what the score would be like if she doesn't make the saves? And how valuable she is to this team. An individual performance should matter regardless of the wins or losses. 14 saves today, so that's 6 straight games with double-digit saves. Just want to point that out there for anybody that's listening. I'm like, sometimes Player of the Week performances don't equate to W's. It's an individual effort sometimes. 8:05 left. Pirates trying to get back into this one and find that first goal of the second half. Martin, the scouting report on her already, and the Blues trying to shut her down. Martin getting around 2, and the save made by Ren Novak. Or actually, that's going to be Kenzie Kane in goal now. So Kane, the freshman from Oakland, California, getting her first look of the Pirates offense. And this run will continue here on the near side on the advancement. It's Andrea Garcia wearing the 4. Garcia with the run, and then the pass to Miller. 7:20 left. Miller knocked off her run line, but continues to maintain her balance. Here near side, they'll keep it with Odegaard. There's the underhanded flip, which is lost momentarily, and then recovered by the Blues. Still on the run here. At the X, Malesi. Faking the jump shot, Miller dumps off inside, and that time they'll beat Colvin on the one-timer. I believe that was Lola McConaughey, and if that's the case, it would be the hat trick for the sophomore out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It is the number 15, and it will count. So the hat trick complete there for McConaughey as the Blues increase their advantage. And substitutions are missed. And that's the other thing, too, that you have to remember that the Pirates have been contending with this year. Out of all the opposition that they have faced this year, the Pirates just don't have a deep bench. A lot of these players having to play the full game each and every time out. And as you can see, the Blues, they do have the benefit of putting fresh legs there on the field. And that goes for more than just in-game stuff. I mean, it also deals with practices as well. When you don't have a full squad to practice against, it can make things interesting. And you have to get creative and give credit to this Pirate coaching staff. Coach Baratich and assistant coach Sky George, and of course the assistants too. You know, this shot will miss overhead. I believe the Pirates defense kind of changed the trajectory on that shot. I'm not sure if you all will find this comical, but I want to say that was a save because it went off of the head of the stick and then was deflected onto the crossbar. So that is a save for Colvin as she redirected the shot. 40 seconds left on the shot clock. And then it resets back to 60. So I speak too soon. The pass inside. The flag came up, but the goal was scored after the flag came off. And they're going to wave off the goal. So the goal waved off. The foul will take precedence over the goal, and it will be Pirates' ball. Southwestern with possession down the far side wing to Morellis. This is Suzette Morellis, the senior out of League City, Texas. Grace Van Dittner. Here to Elena Seeley. Now to Nia Trevelyan. Less than 4 minutes remain in this third quarter. The pass back to Seeley was almost picked off. Martin draws the double team. Martin being chased around the back of the cage. Martin then picked up here on the near side, looking for the pass inside, and it's intercepted. I want to say that was Odegaard who made the pick. And it was, wearing the number 11. The pass on the near side to Allison Burgess, the junior out of McKinney, Texas, who has plenty of fans here who made the short trip from the Dallas area here to Georgetown. And the ball on the grounder will be collected by Colvin, looking to restart this play with the lob pass here to Nia Trevelyan, the freshman from right down I-35 in Pflugerville, Texas. For you Friday Night Light fans, not the movie, but the television series, it was Pflugerville that the Panthers are based off of. Well, not necessarily them, the Panthers, but that's the team that was used. Pflugerville High, so all those shots were shot here in the Austin, Central Texas area. Sorry, I saw a lot of that series. The pass inside, the shot. Oh, that was just a wide shot that hit the crossbar. Or not the crossbar, but the post. Almost went in. Tegan Huff able to get back on the ground ball. The number 1, Huff, loses possession there, and we'll have to scoop it back up again. 2:05 left. Yeah, we were just talking about how much Georgetown has grown. Pflugerville, Round Rock, Austin. Yeah, go back and watch Friday Night Lights, and you can see the differences. Another save by Hannah Colvin. She read that one the entire way through. Colvin has been outstanding here in the later part of the third quarter. Martin cradling and protecting the ball from the double team. 1:35 left here in the third quarter. Pirates trying to score on the counterattack. This is Taryn Hopkins. Hopkins splits the defense. Hopkins can't get a shot off, but there's going to be a foul coming. And the Pirates are going to have an opportunity to score here from the free. Remember, there is a new goalie in the cage. It's Kenzie Kane, the freshman out of Oakland, who has already made one save since they've been brought in here in the second half. This third period drawing to a close as the clock continues to wind down, 1:05 and counting. Hopkins will take the free here for the Pirates. And the bouncer off the crossbar and in. Taryn Hopkins, the freshman out of Houston, Texas, scoring the goal here in the second half for the Pirates.
And there we have a goal scored by number 18, Taryn Hopkins.
For Hopkins, their second goal as a Pirate in their freshman campaign. And the clock continues to wind down, but the score is Blues 12, Pirates 2 with about 20 seconds to go. Let's see if we get this face-off in before the expiration of the third period. And it's the Pirates' possession. They'll just award it to them without the face-off taking place. 5 seconds left. The Pirates look like they're just going to hold possession, and they will see the clock out as we turn the corner to hit the final frame. Fourth quarter coming up as the Blues lead 12-2 here from the Pirates ship. We'll be back here in just a moment on your Pirates YouTube channel. Welcome back, fans. Fourth quarter set to begin. Your score, Whitman College. The Blues lead this contest 12-2. Pirates just scored there towards the end of the third quarter of play, thanks to the freshman Taryn Hopkins, who won the free and scored. Off of the faceoff, this is Martin, who forces the defender into the turf. Winnie Stein. Stein gets around one. There's the pass. Trying to find Martin, and it's going to roll over the line. It's scooped up by Morales. And Morales to Seeley. Pirates trying to set up the offense. Remember, everything's more about learning and trying to execute here. At the end of the day, it is a non-conference matchup, and it's those SAA games that are coming later on in the year, just in a couple of weeks. I can't believe the time goes back that quickly. But in just a couple of weeks, that's when SAA play starts. And those are the games that really matter. And this is going to be the first time that the Pirates women lacrosse team will have a chance to really compete in a conference that has more than just a team or two in it. This is really quick on the transition, but it's a save. They were looking for the steal in score. And Hannah Colvin shuts that down as she makes another save here today. Oh, but the pass not where it has to be, and it's scooped up by Caroline Firmino. Yeah, the pace of Joy Olsen Uderitz is game-changing. Miller. See, Peyton, that's why I need the second headset for good commentary like that. It was Peyton who pointed it out, and I was like, he's correct. Yeah, lacrosse, men and women's lacrosse, probably the most difficult games to stat. 17 saves? 17 saves from Colvin so far. This could be 18. Three more to break her own record? Okay, so she's at 17 saves. Or wait. Sorry, what did you say right now? So she's at 17 saves right now. 19 is the school record for single game saves, which she also tied, or which she owns. 19 saves, and that just happened this past week. So if she can make 3 more saves, she will eclipse the record, and it would be set to 20. So that's the magical number there for Colvin. And she's very close. Here on the restart, Pirates have possession. They go from left to right in your fourth quarter. They're dressed in the all-white. The Blues, obviously, like their namesake, they're dressed in the sky blue today, with the navy blue numbers going from right to left. The penalty goes against the Blues, so the Pirates up a woman here. On the bounce, it's recovered by Cecilia Sheff, the junior out of Austin by way of Austin High, the former Maroon. Here to Morellis. Van Dittner trying to find some room inside. Van Dittner shoots, and she's sent to the ground in the middle of that shot. I don't think this is going to lead to another card. No, it does. It does lead to a card. I didn't think it was. I can't tell if it's yellow or green. It is yellow. So great opportunity on hand here for the Pirates as they are 2 women up. And they'll have the free coming up as well to try to score that third goal. So if the Pirates score here, that 2-minute penalty still has to be served through the full. This is Van Dittner looking to shoot from the stand. And Van Dittner is denied by Kenzie Kane. Kane coming here in the second half and making their third save of the game. Kane with the pass. It was almost intercepted. It's going out of play, and it will be with the Pirates. Possession, Southwestern. 11-10. The shot. This one will beat Kane. And it's Wendy Stein, the sophomore from the Woodlands, getting her first goal of the match, third for the Pirates. And the lead whittled down to single digits as the clock will stop. 11:04 here in the fourth. Our scoreline now reads Blues 12, Pirates 3, thanks to the Wendy Stein goal. For Stein, third goal of the year. Great shot, though, from a difficult angle for Stein. And again, at the end of the day, that's what these games are about for the Pirates. They're trying to build momentum into conference play. And looking to execute here in the fourth quarter down the stretch. And they'll have one more non-conference contest here at home to go against UMass Boston on Saturday. So if you couldn't make it out today, we would love to see you at noon on Saturday. The weather should be excellent. The shot, ooh, an impossible angle. Colvin hasn't been easy to beat today, but that shot took an odd bounce. Miller, the freshman from Linwood, Washington, wearing the 25, able to get the score. And, I mean, that's how good teams perform. As soon as they give up a goal, they're usually quick to get one back. And the Blues regain a double-digit advantage, 13-3. So Miller will get ready for the face-off. Off the bouncer, it's collective from Lola McConaughey. The pass is behind its intended target, but Miller back on it. Van Dittner trying to close down the gap. Here to the near side, the pass falls incomplete and then falls out of the stick again of Lindsay Little Sky. Little Sky here with the flip to the near side. McConaughey one-on-one with her defender. McConaughey shoved to the ground as the defense stands tall. It was Stein who laid in the first hit. Huff now part of the offense. As she crosses in front of goal. The ball behind the cage right now, 42 to shoot. 9:15 left in the contest. The ball at the top. Switching field, the shot, it's saved by Colvin, and she deflects it into the stick of Elena Seeley. Colvin will have the ball back, and it's going to be deflected and picked up by Little Sky. The 23, Little Sky with possession still. Colvin's pass to the outside was just too punctuated as Little Sky was able to read it the entire way through. Harrington with the pass, keeping the ball on the far side. Now it's a game of keep away at the moment here for the Blues before they decide to dive into the attack. They're going to call the aggressive swing. Good sportsmanship shown as both players helping each other up there. We go to the position. And this is a free shot coming up for Sarah Hawkins. Hawkins scored twice already in this game. Colvin looking for the stop. Was able to stop the last free position. Can't stop this one. Hawkins, the sophomore from Bend, Oregon. Very composed on the run. And will push that Blues lead up to 14-3. Seraphin Miller will get credit for the finish. And she now has the hat trick on the day. 7:12 left. And off of the face-off, Van Dittner able to win it. The ball scooped up here near side by Emma Bethke. Last season it played goalie at times before Colvin solidified herself in the cage. But like we talked about it before, this Pirates team doesn't have a lot of depth. So Bethke willing to step in, learn a new position, and try to help make something happen. You'll have to see it. The ball was picked up by Little Sky originally, and the Blues getting into their offense here. And just like the Pirates, you know, the Blues, you know, those players that are not the starters, but those reserves that come in are going to play just as hard because they're trying to prove their worth for minutes, and they're trying to execute because you just never know what can happen. It's a long season. Somebody, you never want to see it happen, but somebody go down to injury, somebody unavailable due to sickness, and that that reserve player having to step up. And you never know when they can win the starting position. At the end of the day, I know student athletes, everyone here at this level, but also competitors. Ooh, and a big collision as picks were being set. Contact was made. It's a major penalty going against the Pirates. And I believe that's Suzette Morales. You know, listed only at 5'2". But and it is Morales. Like I was talking about, listed at 5'2", but I mean, plays much bigger than her size listed. Just an aggressive player, strong in the contact. Always willing to do the dirty work. And that's what you like to see with players like Morales. You know, always willing to get in there, not afraid of the contact, try to win those loose balls on the grounders. It just didn't go her way this go around. 5:17 as the clock just stopped for the penalty. We have a free coming up. It's going to be Seraphin Miller who is winding up like she's standing at the batter's box here. I don't think there's going to be much finesse on this shot. And she misses wide of the net here on the near side. Man, look, I grew up playing catcher in baseball, but it's got to be a different beast, like being a goalie here in lacrosse when they have that wide open net to have to face. It's got to take a different mindset because that ball was moving fast. Less than 5 minutes to go. Blues lead 14-3. Colvin able to get to the loose ball. So Colvin scanning, trying to deliver. It's out of the reach of Little Sky, and the Pirates will have possession. Here on the near side, Chef has it poked loose. Little Sky loses possession, and it will be Pirate ball. 4:20 and counting. Those applauses you hear, the Whitman College fans that did travel here to root on the visitors. And we're going to get that cross-check called, and this is probably a green card, and it is. Julissa Minaya will be going to the sideline. It's now a two-woman advantage here for the Blues as Morales was continuing to serve that 2-minute suspension that was originally called. Both the penalties are releasable. So this is Huff. 4 minutes to go. Back inside. And it will be Molly Labhart, the freshman who scored in the first half, gets her first goal of the second half. As it was a good pass inside, all she had to do was turn and fire. She was right in front of the cage. But you have to remember, I could only imagine how the Pirates' legs feel at this moment. I mean, it is much hotter outside this afternoon. I know it's only about 75 degrees Fahrenheit, but with no clouds overhead, that sun just bearing down on you. We had that long delay to start the second half. They were still standing out in the sun. And then, you know, having to defend for the bulk of the game, just like in any sport. When you're on the defensive, you're not making decisions, you're reacting. So you're expending more energy. And the Pirates, I mean, in great physical condition to be able to withstand the Blues' offensive attack. But it does leave them a little depleted in order to sustain an attack of their own. So the green card going against Seraphin Miller. That will be a minute. Miller, or rather Martin, gets away from the initial danger. Sydney Martin with possession here. Gets around the defender. Sydney Martin wins the foul. Very rarely will you see Martin held scoreless in a game. Right now, still searching for that first goal for her. Great opportunity coming up. Martin has it snatched away by Kenzie Kane. The pass on the ground, and it's picked up by Ella Harrington. Harrington runs into the defense, though, and the ball is loose. Yard sale as the stick is lost on the check. Blues have possession and are on the run in the counterattack. Looking for the shot, and it's a score. It looked like the number 5, Ella Harrington. And it will be Sarah Hawkins who comes away with the swipe and score for goal number 4 today. Well, our neutral site game will follow here in about 30 minutes. As you see, I believe that's Worcester and the Beacons of UMass Boston are in the crowd for this one. In fact, UMass Boston going to be the opposition that your Pirates will be facing this Saturday at noon. Hey, if you can make it out, we would love to see you. The weather should be great. And if you hadn't had a chance to get out of the office all week, or you've been on the road traveling for work, or you've just been working hard at home and having put in extra hours, if you get a chance to relax, we would love to see you out here. So the clock continues to wind down now. Hannah Colvin, 6 straight games with double-digit saves. But the Blues might just hold here for the remaining time, and it looks like that's going to be the case here. With 30 seconds left, the shot clock not a factor. The Pirates will come to play defense as they'll try to force a takeaway. The Blues with 20 seconds left don't look like they're trying to score here. It looks like they're just trying to run out the rest of the clock. Yeah, I thought Little Sky was thinking about ripping one from distance. I mean, we are still playing, and I understand some philosophies say, hey, if the game is going, you take your shot. But the Blues holding back as they take the victory here in Georgetown today. Our final score, Blues 16, Pirates 3. I mean, there were some good efforts there, especially by Southwestern here today. Katie Rasnicki in defense, winning a lot of ground balls, forcing a lot of the chaos for the would-be scorers for the Blues. And, of course, Hannah Colvin in goal, stepping up, coming up a little short when it comes to the single-game record, but finished with 18 saves here this afternoon, making it 6 straight games with double-digit saves. And, again, I mean, you can only save as many shots as you can face, and if you face a whole lot, you know, some are bound to get through every now and then. But when you take a look at the score line, it could be much different if it isn't for the fantastic work in the crease by Hannah Colvin. Winnie Stein getting on the scoring sheet here alongside Tara Hopkins and Elena Seeley for the Pirates. For the Blues, 4 goals led the way by Sarah Hawkins as well as Sarah Finn Miller in this one. Lola McConaughey also netting the hat trick. Well, that will do it for us here at the Pirate Ship for this one. The neutral site game is coming up. You can catch that here on your Southwestern Pirates YouTube channel. But we will see you back here on Saturday at noon. Pirates taking on the Beacons. We would love to see you here as the weather's going to be fantastic. Until then, for everyone here, we'll see you later.